How do you think you guys are gonna do?
Bad.
On DDR?
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be great, unless I pick something way too hard, which is possible.
Hard.
You're gonna do hard?
Wait, no, it's gonna be hard, not hard.
Stop. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, God.
Let's get started. So many of you here. Thank you so much for coming. So basically in this panel, we have two songwriters with us. Andreas Oberg, who has worked with many K-pop groups.
Lee Dong-woo, the song was shiny called Retro. This is Boa. We wrote some songs. The Gina, the On You, the Starry Nights. We did Windy Day, Oh My Girl. Romance for Shiny, One of These Nights from Red Velvet.
Super Junior's Lo Siento. Monster X's Dramarama. Jim Wolf, who is an American pop songwriter, but a lot of his songs has gone viral in Korea. So we're going to be talking about the songwriting process, what comes first, chord progression, or melody, singing, recording, and then Jim mixes and masters his own songs, so we can talk about the post-production part too. So hopefully after this panel, you will all go home super educated, like, I know how pop music is written, I know what's up. So yeah. Okay, so to start this off, can you guys please, I already said your names, wow. Okay, what are the official names for your professions, and how long have you been in the music business?
My name is Andreas Oberg. I'm originally from Sweden. I used to be a professional guitar player, and then over the years I kind of changed the path and became more of a songwriter, producer. So that's what I'm doing full time these days. And I used to go to school in Sweden, like a high school for musicians, for young teenagers do music, and then I started at the Royal Music Academy in Stockholm, which is kind of similar to Berkeley College of Music. So
it's a really good music school.
I went there for 4 years.
Pretty good.
And I play guitar, of course. I also play piano, bass, different synths, keys, and yeah, most instruments, not drums though. I leave that to the real drummers.
Jim?
Guys, how are you? Jim Wolf? No E on Wolf. I'm just telling you now, because a lot of people get confused and spell it wrong. I've been a singer-songwriter since 2010, officially. I mean, I was writing and releasing stuff before that, but that's kind of when things really started to move in the direction that it has to becoming a full-time thing. I grew up in a little town called Fairfield, Connecticut, and I first discovered music really from seeing my brother and his band practice, and he was in a band with a guy named John Mayer, who you guys all know, probably know, I would think. And they, for years, would record songs on a 4-track, and a Tascam 4-track, every night. They were like religious about it. I mean, they did it all the time. And I kind of, after they kind of moved out of space, I kind of used their 4-track player, watching them do it, and I tried to follow suit at a young age. But they made it look so easy. Those guys were so good, and I got to practice in the same basement. I think if I didn't have that, I never would have just jumped into music in any way. It was a big one. And John himself is constantly evolving. He's one of the most focused people, one of the best guitar players I've ever seen in my life. And that really hasn't changed.
I'm curious. If you guys don't know, a modulation is basically a song is written in a specific key. It's featuring 8 different notes. The modulation is when you change that key. You usually go up a bit to elevate or heighten or bring out certain something like a chorus or something. So I'm wondering who decided to do all the modulations in one of these nights? Which one of the composers?
Actually, it was me, Maria, and this Korean composer, Shani Wang. We wrote it together. And when we came to the chorus, we were thinking like, because we built it was like some music theory here. For those of you who are interested, it's a key of F major. So it basically starts the verse with these kind of chords. It's in F major. And then there's a little bit of different chords in the pre-chorus, like this very interesting jazz chord of B7, sharp 9, sharp 5. But when the chorus comes, it actually goes, instead of modulating up, it modulates down half a step. So it goes. So we're in this key, and then it goes, so it goes to E major, but it starts on the 4th chord of E major, which is A major, 7. So this is difficult, but you might hear it and feel it, but the name, if you don't know the theory or the name of it, it doesn't matter. But for those who do, I just wanted to point out, so we go from then we go to this chord. Jazz accordion, G7, +4. So, and this song came about with 3 writers, 2 of us speaking Swedish English, and Johnny who speaks very limited English. So it was interesting musically how such a song could come together without actually, we didn't have a translator in the session, so we were just...
Is there a specific reason why you decided to modulate down instead of up?
No, it was somehow I just heard that melody. Up there somehow. It's different and it's weird, but it worked out.
Hi there. Question for Andreas. I'm an Oh My Girl fan, and I noticed you contributed a lot of songs right from the beginning. I think Hot Summer Night, Roundabout.
Oh My Girl.
Yeah, Oh My Girl. Windy Day, Perfect Day, Magic.
Yeah, it's almost 15 songs.
Love O'Clock. There's so many. You're just a huge contributor. Any comments or stories you can share on working with WM Entertainment and Oh My Girl?
These songs were all made like either in Sweden or America, and we pitched it through the label and through the A&R. So unfortunately I haven't met Oh My Girl yet, but I'm hoping to do that in the future. I really like their interpretations of the songs, and especially Windy Day is a special song for me that I wrote with Maria Marcus, my good Swedish friends, because we went a little bit crazy there with all the different parts. And we were talking about that scale that I call Mixolydian, flat 2, flat 6, or Spanish Phrygian. You call it something else, right?
I call it Egyptian scale or Phrygian natural.
Yeah, it has that Middle Eastern flavor, you know, for that drop. No, they try many different styles. They're an experimental group, you know. Great singers, good dancers. I always enjoy their choreography too. I think they've been working really hard on their choreography. Love O'Clock and Magic from the last release is probably 2 of my favorite songs.
Yeah, I've heard them say on air or on YouTube or something, and especially Magic, Love O'Clock. It's among your favorites. So thank you again.
Thank you so much. Thanks for listening.
The transformation of this beauty queen is about to go down. Are you ready, guys? Are you ready? This is taking awkwardly long.
I'm so sorry. Hold on.
This is really long.
Need to be tighter?
Perfect.
Okay.
Oh, ho, ho. Pose for the camera. Pose for the camera.
Oh my god.
Hello.
So, this is the Meet the Reaction Video Superstar panel. And as you can see, the superstars.
Alright. Hi, this is Umu from Reacttothek, and this
is Kevin from Reacttothek. What up, man?
And we are both well, he's graduated. We're both music majors, and so basically my channel is centered around Kevin and other music majors analyzing and breaking down K-pop K-pop, so you guys can listen to it and hear more things in K-pop. So.
I thought you were gonna say it was surrounded around Kevin, and I was like, that's cool.
It's all him.
No one would complain.
As you can see, they're all YouTube reactors or YouTube creators. And so, I want to know, how did you get into it? How did you stumble into K-pop, and more specifically making K-pop videos?
Well, for me, I was about 8th grade, middle school. Friend was like, here, listen to Shiny's Lucifer. Here, listen to 21's I'm the Best. Yes, it's Korean music, okay, but I didn't know that there was this huge production thing behind it. I didn't know the extent of how amazing this the style of music is. And it was, I guess, after I actually started my YouTube channel when I started discovering way more groups. So thanks to you guys who have been tweeting me and messaging me like, check out this group, check out this group, check out this group. I now know almost all the K-pop groups, and I am like in the K-pop pocket, so thank you.
So once upon a time, high school Kevin actually really liked SNSD. And during my high school, like, Wedding Dress by Taeyong was a big thing. But apart from that, I wasn't really into K-pop until Umu came and wanted me to react to some K-pop videos. And I was like, okay, sure, I'll help you. I like music theory, I nerd out to that stuff. And then it became a thing. And then it wasn't until this past month, or last month, in Toronto K-pop Con, where I'm like, yeah, I kind of want to get into K-pop. I want to like stan groups and stuff. And I fell in love with the song Boom Boom, so Momoland became my first group I stan. Probably by pure coincidence, but it's still equally as important to me. And I also stan twice, so.
Amen, amen. What makes your content stand out or makes yourself unique to the wider range of YouTube K-pop channels out there?
Alright, so as I mentioned before, everyone on my channel goes to music school, so we're all musicians. We've all really intensely studied music theory. And so, yes, classical music is quite different from pop music, but there are some basics. So basically with our channel, we point out the music theory aspects of creating pop music. We talk about chord progression, melodies, harmonies. We talk about, oh wow, there's a certain pop song structure, but this song, it adventures and does something totally weird and different. And so after, I hope that viewers come away with our channel is that I hope they are able to notice new things, like, oh, the rhythm changes here, or oh, all these different instruments do different things at this part. And so, yeah, that's basically the premise.
I think something else that makes us stand out is we don't always follow the trend of like what everyone else is reacting to. Sometimes we pick the songs that we find are more musically interesting. And that's not because we're like all pretentious people, but that we do care about pop music and we want to promote the stuff that we think is really good, and as well as underrated artists who we think deserve more attention.
So what is that one thing about K-pop or your fans or what you see from YouTube that makes you want to keep doing this every day?
Don't mind me if I get emotional. I didn't have much sleep last night. But basically, number one, it's because it's good music.
Yeah.
All groups, so many different sounds, so many different genres incorporated, so many different concepts. You can never get tired because there's so many different things that you can delve into. But I haven't gotten tired of this because actually, personally, it calms me to be organized, it calms me to be busy. I have like an extremely high work ethic, so I just keep chugging along. And then yes, the emotional part is because you're amazing and your support is like every single person who's come up to us for the past few days has been just warmed my heart because we can talk to so many people from all around the world. We all share this same passion for the same thing. And I just think it's super, super amazing.
I didn't know it would get this emotional that early, but
Kevin, cry.
She forces me to react every week, so I just do it.
Is this a job to you?
It's better than a job, but it's kind of a job.
Alright, hi guys. It is now after the concert. What a day. This time I'm not going to be able to do a huge concert wrap up with Form of Therapy or Lazy Dia or Kevin because most of them are actually heading over to New York City right now to do a photo shoot. So it's just going to be me and you and my headache. But yeah, so I don't want to drone on and on and on about the day, so I'm going to do my best to just quickly summarize everything. Number one, concert. Who's my favorite performance? EXID. I was blown away. I know just whenever a performance brings tears to my eyes, I know it's good. It's so good, and they were fantastic. Their energy, their attitude, their vocals, because they performed most. I like for KCON, I think like the groups perform half their songs live, half of them recorded, so that you know they could have little breaks in between. And it sounded like they performed most of their songs live, like 3 out of 4, if not 4 out of 4. Colton Lazy Dia is a vocalist, so I would always lean over to him and be like, "That's live, right?" And he was like, "Yeah." So I was blown away by that, and NCT's Fire Truck, since that was live, and nailed his high note, and it was amazing. So yes, concert over. To summarize up the day, as you've seen earlier in this vlog, we had 2 different panels. I thought the composer one went super well. I was really happy how it turned out because that was the first time I've ever moderated anything. I mean, I did journalism in high school, so I was just trying to remember, like, okay, how do you do follow-up questions, and, you know, like, don't F up when reading the questions from the piece of paper, that type of stuff. But it went really well, and I ended up spending like almost all lunch and all dinner with them, just talking about their music, and mainly asking Andreas about his specific thoughts behind writing specific things in the songs the K-pop songs that he's written. An interesting thing that I talked about with both of them is why use MIDI instruments? Because, you know, as like you guys have seen on my channel, is that we're all like, no, why is the instrument fake when they could have real brass players? Well, Jim Wolf, who is an American song composer who was on my panel, he said that it's because, one, it's so much effort finding out the perfect miking technique to record the instrument. And there's so many different ways you can mic, you can choose, you know, like choose a specific mic. It's so many different ways where you can place it and like use different mics. And so one, that takes time, it's a headache. And then 2, it doesn't always come out good. And so not only is recording, you know, instruments, if you don't already have, you know, 100% knowledge and training in it, is that it's a waste of time, and it's also, you know, a headache and a lot of effort that you put into, you know, recording an instrument, and then not always does the sound come out good after. So he said the easiest thing where you save money and you save time is using the MIDI or the fake synth instruments. And then when I talked to Andreas about it, I was asked, like, so you are a jazz guitarist, that's your main background, you were trained in jazz and classical music, like, what are your thoughts on MIDI? And basically just backed up what Jim said. He said, you know what, like, when a song features an instrument that is real, it should have the musicianship behind it. It should have a real person putting their soul into that part, instead of just someone just plunk 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 out a fake synth trumpet, you know? But like, it's this pop production that we live in where it's just so easy to plunk everything out. And that segued into, I talked with him, since, you know, he is a guitarist and he's written multiple songs with acoustic guitar parts. I asked, like, do you ever play on your songs that you write? And he said he plays on all of them. So I put a link in the description to all the songs that Andreas Oberg has composed, and if any of them have acoustic guitar, that was him who came up with the riff, and that was him who played on the track. So Oh My Girl's Windy Day, he played that guitar part. Red Velvet's Sunny Afternoon, he played that guitar part. Lo Siento, he played that guitar part, and he composed all those guitar parts. So I was just like, oh my god, not only you're a composer, but you're also like an amazing musician. And I was trying not to overly fangirl the whole time. As you can see now, I got more and more exhausted throughout the day since I didn't have much to eat and also didn't sleep well. But you know what, I'm chugging through, and then, okay, oh man, I spent so much time, I kind of feel bad for Jim since, you know, he's American pop. I was just like, Andreas, tell me about your life, and he talked, I also asked him about composing Shiny's You Need Me, and since that is that's a weird song, and so he talked about working with his Swedish friend Simon Petrun, American way of pronouncing it, Simon Petrun, that's how I've been pronouncing it. I'll just say Simon because I am American. But Simon is the one who came up with the like, he chose that to be a loop for the song to be based on, and then, you know, Simon also chose the sounds, like the synth sounds and the dubstep, and then basically Andreas, when composing pop music, he mainly sticks to writing, actually, they call it the top line, or the he composes the vocal melody and the vocal harmonies. So he talked a lot about like Vix's Centist. Basically, he and his, you know, other composers who wrote the song with him got sent this track that they wrote the melody over, or mainly he did, and then he did that with a bunch of other songs too, unless of course it has acoustic guitar. Then he chose to do the acoustic guitar riff. And then if you watch our panel video, which I'll put in the description here, he also talks about composing One of These Nights. So I know a lot of people are asking me, do you think composers actually know what they're doing music theory wise? Like, do they think, okay, this makes no sense in like classical music theory, but it's cool when I change from this chord to this chord? Well, from Andreas's experience, no, he doesn't think about it that way. He composes his songs through improvisation. Since he is a jazz musician, he's just so fluent in all the different music modes. He knows his instruments super well. He knows music super well, but he knows what modes convey certain feelings. He knows what rhythms convey certain feelings. So he says that how he composes songs is he just plays on the guitar. And he comes up with a melody a specific way. If that melody happens to develop and modulate unexpectedly, then he's going to keep that. It's just, he specifically does write what sounds good. He doesn't think, okay, music theory-wise, this goes to this. No, he just like, oh yeah, this sounds good. Oh yeah, this sounds good. They are both up for coming to future KCON conventions, so next year I'll definitely ask to interview them again and see if I can get more composers on our panel, because I really wanted Simon Petrun, since, you know, he works so closely with Andreas, but he just moved to Korea, and they were able to fly Andreas to New York because he lives in LA. So we'll see if I can find more composers who live in the United States and who will be able to easily join us for panels that way. And then also, please look forward to, I'll probably have Jim Wolf and Andreas on my channel in the future. I'm hoping to do more of an interview, or perhaps have Jim react to some K-pop songs, since he writes mainly American songs and is interested in going into the Korean genre. And then Andreas, I'm just gonna, you know, interview, because we want to know like all his thoughts about his genius behind all of these amazing songs. So yeah, that's summarizing my experience with them. And then my second panel was with the other reaction channels, and by then I had come really exhausted and I started fumbling over words, so sorry if I don't make any sense during that panel. I was trying not to burst into, oh, I did burst into tears. Yeah, I've been really emotional lately, because once in a while I get a tweet or email, or sometimes even on my Patreon I get a message that just really brings me down, and that just one message will take over the hundreds of, you know, compliments that I see online. But when I see you guys live in person, it means so much to me. Like, during the school year it gets really difficult sometimes, but I always tell myself, Just wait till KCON, just wait till KCON. Everything will be worth it. You're gonna see so many smiling faces. It's gonna hit you that you've affected so many lives. And I mean, even seeing the comments where people are saying, oh my gosh, your videos are getting me through finals, I'm like, it's mind-blowing for me. I'm still getting used to it because, you know, like, I'm just a normal college student who's also suffering and dying. And then to find out that something that I enjoy doing also gives joy to other people and is helping them through their lives with entertainment or, you know, educating you guys about music, it means a lot to me. So thank you to everyone who came up to us during KCON. And if you ever see us at KCON, if you're too shy, maybe just wave or just like hi, or you can come up. We love to give hugs. We love spreading the love. We love taking pictures. Don't be shy. I mean, of course, if we seem a little overwhelming, like, I totally understand, but it really helps me keep my passion and, you know, love for what I'm doing if I'm able to interact with you guys. Yeah, okay, so I'm gonna end this long, hopefully entertaining vlog here. To those who didn't make it, I hope that we'll meet you sometime in the future. Thank you so much, guys. I had a lot of fun at KCON New York, and I can't wait to see everyone else at KCON LA in a few months. Thank you. Bye.